What makes someone truly unforgettable? Why do certain people walk into a room and instantly shift the atmosphere, without raising their voice, without showing off, and without demanding attention? It's not luck. It's not beauty. It's not status. It's something far deeper, something the Stoics understood centuries ago, a force I call silent attractiveness. Silent attractiveness is rare. It's not about trying to be the center of attention. It's about embodying such calm, strength, and inner confidence that attention naturally gravitates toward you. It's the quiet magnetism of someone who doesn't need to prove anything, because their energy speaks before they do. And here's the truth. You don't need perfect looks, social tricks, or endless charm to cultivate it. Silent attractiveness is built through the way you carry yourself, the way you treat others, and the way you stand fully at ease in your own skin. It's about mastering habits that project quiet confidence, self-respect, and kindness. Habits that make people admire you without you asking for it. Because real strength doesn't announce itself. It doesn't beg for attention. It simply radiates, and that's why it cannot be ignored. The best part? You don't have to become someone else. You don't have to chase approval or wear a mask. All you need is alignment with your truest self, the self that Stoic wisdom helps you uncover and strengthen. In this episode, we'll explore 11 timeless habits of silent attractiveness, inspired by ancient Stoic philosophy. These aren't superficial hacks or trendy gimmicks. They are eternal principles, practiced by great thinkers like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, designed to build inner strength, emotional mastery, and quiet charisma that stands out in any room. We'll dive into how independence creates natural authority, how elegance without words commands respect, how wisdom deepens your presence, and how your very silence can leave a greater impact than most people's noise. By the end of this episode, you'll see the truth. Real attractiveness isn't about chasing validation. It's about cultivating a presence so steady, so magnetic, that people feel it long after you're gone. And once you master this, everything changes. Not just the way others see you, but the way you see yourself. So let's begin. Because becoming silently attractive is not about making noise. It's about creating an impact that echoes without a single word. Habit 1. Embrace authentic independence. There's a rare, undeniable power in people who don't need others to validate their worth. It's not arrogance. It's not isolation. It's a quiet, unshakable strength that commands respect without a single word. Authentic independence doesn't mean shutting the world out. It's not about proving you don't need anyone. It's about living life on your own terms, guided by your deepest values, and finding fulfillment within yourself, not in the fleeting approval of others. And here's why this kind of independence is magnetic. It sends an unspoken message. I respect myself. I am whole. I don't need external applause to stand tall. In a world addicted to comparison, validation, and shallow approval, authentic independence is refreshing. It's rare. It's inspiring. And people can feel it the moment you enter the room. When you embody independence, you stop competing. You stop chasing. Instead, you focus on your own path, your own growth, your own progress. That quiet focus speaks louder than any words ever could. You don't have to announce that you're confident. They'll feel it. You don't have to prove you're in control. It will show in your calm presence, in your steady energy, and in your unshakable demeanor. But let's be real. Independence isn't easy. It means trusting yourself even when no one is cheering you on. It means standing firm in your decisions even when they're unpopular. It means enjoying your own company, not because you're avoiding people, but because you found peace within yourself. When you reach this place, when you stop needing external noise to feel whole, you become magnetic. People admire you. They respect you. They are drawn to you. And here's the key. Authentic independence is the opposite of arrogance. It doesn't scream, "I don't need anyone." It quietly says, "I am complete within myself, and that's why I can connect deeply with others." That's what makes it so attractive. It's grounded, it's balanced, it's quietly powerful. To cultivate this independence, start by reflecting on your values. Ask yourself, am I living by what truly matters to me, or am I living for the expectations of others? Independence begins the moment you start aligning your choices with your inner compass, not with external pressure. Spend time alone, not out of loneliness, but to reconnect with who you are. Take a walk, journal, sit in silence. These moments strengthen your sense of self. And when you build that foundation, you no longer need to seek attention. Attention will find you. People will notice the quiet assurance in your actions, the calm confidence in your presence, and the unwavering strength in your character. You won't have to fight to be seen. You'll be respected because you've built a life that reflects who you truly are. That's the magnetic pull of authentic independence. It's not loud, it's not desperate. It's steady, strong, and silently captivating. Habit 2. Master the art of silent elegance. Sometimes the most powerful statement is made without words. That's the essence of silent elegance. Silent elegance is the ability to carry yourself with grace, composure, and quiet confidence in every situation. It's not about dominating conversations or being the loudest person in the room. It's about moving with such calm assurance that people can't help but notice. Think of someone who enters a room without announcement. No theatrics, no noise, yet all eyes are drawn to them. That's silent elegance. It's subtle, refined, endlessly magnetic. And here's the secret. It begins with body language. Confidence isn't only in your words, it's in how you stand, how you walk, and how you carry yourself. A relaxed, upright posture, steady eye contact, movements that are deliberate, not frantic. When your body language radiates calm control, people feel your presence before you speak. But silent elegance goes deeper than posture. It's reflected in your manners. Warm greetings, attentive listening, respectful interactions. These aren't just social skills. They're proof of self-respect. Because when you treat others with dignity, it shows you value yourself too. And here's where Stoicism comes in. True elegance is tested in chaos. When others lose their cool, the Stoic remains grounded. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The nearer a man comes to a calm mind, the closer he is to strength." That's silent elegance. The ability to remain poised when everyone else is unraveling. You don't need to react impulsively. You don't need to join every conflict. By choosing restraint, you show mastery. By staying composed, you reveal strength. So how do you cultivate it? Start small. Notice your posture. Are you tense, rushed, slouched? Slow down. Stand tall. Breathe deeply. Notice your interactions. Are you truly listening or just waiting to speak? Silent elegance grows from mindfulness, being fully present, thoughtful, and deliberate in every moment. Then, refine yourself. This doesn't mean chasing perfection. It means showing up as your best self, dressing with subtle style, speaking with clarity, moving with calm assurance. Over time, these small, consistent actions create an aura of quiet sophistication. Silent elegance isn't about pretending. It's not performance. It's about embracing who you are with composure and self-respect. It's about bringing your best energy into every interaction, not to impress, but to uplift. And here's the reward. People will remember how you make them feel. They'll sense the calm, the grace, the respect in your presence. They may not be able to explain it, but they'll never forget it. That's the quiet power of silent elegance. It doesn't demand attention, it attracts it. When you embody this habit, you walk through life with dignity and strength. You don't chase admiration, it follows you naturally. And in that quiet grace, you inspire others to carry themselves with more calm, more respect, and more elegance. Habit 3. The subtle scent of sophistication. Sometimes the smallest details create the strongest impressions. The subtle scent of sophistication is one of those overlooked forces that makes a person quietly magnetic. It's not about overwhelming people with a heavy fragrance. It's about leaving behind a refined, almost invisible signature, an impression that lingers in memory long after you've gone. A carefully chosen scent reflects self-respect, attention to detail, and an aura of elegance. It's a silent way of saying, I value myself, I take care of myself, I notice the little things. And in Stoic philosophy, the little things reveal the character of a person. Think about it. How many times have you remembered someone simply because of their scent? Scent is primal. It bypasses logic and goes straight to memory and emotion. A subtle, pleasant aroma creates an aura of sophistication without a single word spoken. But here's the key. It's not about drowning yourself in perfume or cologne. True sophistication through scent is about balance. An overpowering fragrance can repel. But a light, refined, and intentional scent, something woody, fresh, or clean, creates warmth, comfort, and quiet allure. Even more important than fragrance itself is personal care. Cleanliness, grooming, the small details of your appearance. Seneca once wrote, "Let your outward appearance be simple and dignified, reflecting the serenity of your mind." Your grooming and hygiene are not vanity. They're a reflection of self-respect, proof that your outer life is aligned with your inner discipline. When you project that refinement, you don't have to declare confidence. It will be felt in the smallest gestures, in the invisible details, in the quiet aura you carry with you. To cultivate this habit, start by refining your self-care routine. Choose a scent that resonates with who you are, not one that tries to mask or define you. Pay attention to small habits: fresh breath, clean hair, polished grooming. These aren't grand gestures, but they silently communicate, I respect myself, and I respect the space I share with others. Silent attractiveness is never about trying too hard. It's about being effortlessly memorable. And scent, when used with subtlety and intention, becomes your invisible signature. Something people will associate with you long after you leave. Because the true message behind the subtle scent of sophistication is simple. I take pride in who I am. I care about the details. I honor myself. That message, delivered without words, is one of the quietest and most irresistible forms of attraction. Habit 4. Be fully present. In a world full of noise and distractions, nothing is more magnetic than someone who is fully present. Being present isn't just about showing up physically. It's about offering your undivided attention, your mind, your eyes, your focus, to the moment and to the people with you. Think about how rare this is. We've all felt the frustration of speaking to someone who isn't really listening, eyes darting to their phone, mind drifting elsewhere. It feels dismissive, as if your words and presence don't matter. But when someone looks you in the eye, listens deeply without interruption, and responds thoughtfully, it's different. It makes you feel valued, respected, seen. That's the silent power of presence. Presence is magnetic because it gives people something rare, genuine connection. It's not about performance, it's about intention. It's about resisting the urge to escape into distractions and choosing instead to fully engage with the person in front of you. The Stoics understood this. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Confine yourself to the present." To them, wisdom and strength are found in the here and now, not in regrets of the past, not in fears of the future. When you are present, you are in control of your mind and emotions. You are fully alive, and that calm intensity naturally draws people toward you. Presence also sharpens awareness. You start to notice subtleties, the tone behind someone's words, the emotion in their eyes, the mood of the room. This makes you more empathetic, more intuitive, and more socially intelligent. And here's the secret. Presence creates trust. Trust creates attraction. Attraction built on respect and genuine connection is not only magnetic, it's unshakable. To cultivate presence, practice mindfulness in daily life. Put away distractions during conversations. Listen more than you speak. When you eat, taste the food. When you walk, feel the ground beneath you. When you talk, look into the other person's eyes and truly hear them. When you show up fully, people feel it. They feel safe. They feel valued. They feel like they matter. And that's unforgettable. Presence doesn't shout. It doesn't demand. It simply makes others feel truly seen. And in a noisy world, that quiet attention is magnetic beyond measure. Habit 5. A touch of mystery in a world obsessed with oversharing. There's something profoundly attractive about mystery. Mystery isn't about secrecy or manipulation. It's about holding just enough back to spark curiosity. It's about knowing when to share and when silence speaks louder than words. Mystery creates intrigue. When you reveal everything about yourself all at once, you leave nothing to discover. But when you share selectively, you invite others to lean in, to wonder, to seek to know more. The Stoics valued restraint. Epictetus taught, "Be silent, or let your words be worth more than silence." Mystery works the same way. When you speak, your words carry weight. When you act, your actions invite curiosity. Mystery doesn't mean being distant, it means being intentional. Share enough to build connection and trust, but keep parts of yourself private, sacred, and revealed over time. This isn't about playing games. It's about self-respect. It says, I don't need validation. I don't need to explain every choice. I am content letting my life speak for itself. Mystery also lives in your actions. When you make bold choices without announcing them, you keep people guessing. When you live with depth, pursuing passions, values, and interests beyond the obvious, you become layered, intriguing, unforgettable. To cultivate this, ask yourself, am I sharing for connection, or am I oversharing to gain approval? Pull back from constant exposure. Let people earn the right to know your deeper stories. Because here's the truth. People are drawn to what they can't fully grasp. They are intrigued by layers, by hints, by glimpses. And mystery keeps them coming back. Curious, captivated, and quietly inspired. In a world where most are an open book, be the one who leaves a chapter unread. Let them wonder. Let them imagine. A touch of mystery combined with quiet confidence creates an irresistible presence, a presence that lingers long after you've left the room. Habit 6. Cultivate cultural wisdom. There is something profoundly magnetic about a person who carries themselves with quiet confidence while holding a deep understanding of the world. This is the essence of cultural wisdom. The ability to move through life with openness, curiosity, and insight that goes far beyond surface appearances. Cultural wisdom is not about flaunting intelligence or showing off how much you know. It is about listening deeply, learning with humility, and offering thoughtful perspectives at the right moment. And here's the beauty of it. Cultural wisdom is not limited to memorizing facts about foreign countries, speaking multiple languages, or impressing people with trivia. Instead, it's about being curious. Curious about people's experiences, traditions, struggles, and worldviews. When you carry this kind of wisdom, you silently tell the world, I do not live in a bubble. I see beyond myself. I respect the depth of human experience. This awareness adds weight to your character and makes every interaction with you more meaningful. People are drawn to those who make them feel seen and heard. Cultivating cultural wisdom allows you to become that person, the one who listens without judgment, who engages without arrogance, who approaches each conversation with openness. The Stoics believed in exactly this. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Look beneath the surface. Let not the outward appearances mislead you." Cultural wisdom trains you to do exactly that, to look deeper, not just at people, but at life itself. It makes you adaptable, thoughtful, and quietly compelling. To cultivate cultural wisdom, broaden your horizons. Read books that challenge your worldview. Engage with people from different walks of life. If you can, travel, not just to see new places, but to truly immerse yourself in different ways of living. If travel isn't possible, explore documentaries, stories, and conversations that give you a glimpse into worlds beyond your own. Remember, the goal is not to become a walking encyclopedia, it is to develop empathy for the richness of human experience. And here's where quiet attraction is. Built when you listen without rushing to agree or argue, when you ask thoughtful questions instead of waiting for your turn to speak. When you show genuine curiosity, people sense your respect. They feel valued in your presence. That silent depth is unforgettable. Ask yourself, am I open to learning from every person I meet? True wisdom is less about what you know and more about your willingness to keep learning. This mindset radiates a quiet intelligence, a grounded energy that pulls people toward you without effort. In a world filled with shallow noise, be the person who speaks with depth and grace. When you embody cultural wisdom, you don't just become attractive, you become unforgettable. Habit 7. The heartbeat of compassion. In a world that often feels fast, harsh, and transactional, compassion is the quiet force that makes someone magnetic. Unlike charm or superficial likability, true compassion is not loud. It is steady, gentle, and deeply powerful. Compassion is the silent heartbeat that makes others feel safe, understood, and valued in your presence. Most people try to impress by being witty, entertaining, or impressive. But the people who truly leave a mark are those who care without expectation. Compassion doesn't have to be grand. It shows up in the smallest ways: a kind smile, a patient ear, a gentle word offered when someone needs to feel heard. These subtle acts create a sense of warmth and safety that lingers in people's memory far longer than any performance. The Stoics are often misunderstood as cold or emotionless. In reality, they valued empathy and kindness as central virtues. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself." This is Stoic compassion, strength combined with understanding. It is not about weakness or becoming a people pleaser. It is about standing firm in yourself while meeting others with humanity. True compassion doesn't mean allowing others to walk over you. It's about balance. You remain kind but never a pushover. You listen, but you don't absorb everyone's burdens as your own. You give without the constant need for recognition. This balance makes you quietly magnetic because it communicates strength with softness, a rare and deeply attractive combination. To cultivate compassion, begin with listening. Not listening to reply, not listening to fix, simply listening to understand. Sometimes people don't need solutions. They just need to feel that their voice matters. Practice patience, not only with others, but with yourself. Life is messy, and people are imperfect. Compassion means offering grace, even in frustrating moments. And people never forget those who stay calm and supportive when things get hard. Ask yourself, am I someone who makes others feel seen and valued? If not always, that's okay. Compassion is a habit that grows with practice. Start by being kind to yourself. You cannot pour from an empty cup. When you treat yourself with gentleness, you naturally extend that same kindness to others. And that's when your presence transforms, becoming a refuge, a safe place, a source of quiet strength. Compassion doesn't need to be announced. It's felt. it's remembered. And it's one of the greatest silent attractors in existence. Habit 8. Laughter and joy. If there is one quality that can instantly connect people across cultures, ages, and differences, it is laughter. Few things are as universally attractive as someone who radiates genuine joy. Laughter has the power to dissolve tension, break barriers, and remind us of the lightness of life. When you cultivate the habit of joy, you become magnetic because your presence makes people feel lighter, more hopeful, and more alive. Life will never be free of challenges. But here is where joy becomes a Stoic superpower. When you can still find reasons to smile, laugh, and appreciate life, even in difficulty, you demonstrate resilience. People respect and admire those who can walk through storms, yet still carry light within them. The Stoics were not against laughter. In fact, they believed that strength lies in how we choose to respond to what happens to us. Epictetus, famously, said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Choosing joy, even when life is heavy, is not naive. It is an act of strength. It signals that you are in control of your emotions, not enslaved by them. Think about your closest friendships. How many of them were deepened through shared laughter? Humor builds trust. It signals safety. It creates belonging. When you can laugh at yourself and invite others to laugh with you, you become approachable and relatable. People want to be around you, not because you entertain them, but because you uplift them. Cultivating joy doesn't mean being the loudest or funniest in the room. It doesn't mean forcing jokes or pretending everything is okay. It means not taking yourself too seriously. It means seeing the lighter side of life without denying its struggles. It means leaning into the small, ordinary moments that bring joy. A shared smile, a funny observation, or even laughing at your own mistakes. Surround yourself with joy. Choose relationships that uplift you. Seek out people who know how to laugh even in the ordinary. Joy is contagious. And when you make it a daily habit, you don't just transform yourself, you transform everyone around you. Ask yourself, am I making space for joy in my daily life? If not, start now. Laugh more. Smile more. Share lightness with those around you. You don't need to force it. Joy, when authentic, will radiate naturally, and that quiet radiance is unforgettable. At the end of the day, silent attractiveness isn't about perfection or performance. It's about presence. Compassion gives you warmth. Cultural wisdom gives you depth. And laughter gives you lightness. Together, they make you magnetic in the most effortless way. Habit 9. The art of self-care. There is a quiet, undeniable magnetism in someone who truly takes care of themselves, not out of vanity, but out of respect for their own well-being. Self-care is more than a routine. It is a statement. It silently communicates, I value myself, my body, and my mind, and I am committed to maintaining both. This habit enhances your silent attractiveness because it projects self-respect, balance, and inner strength without needing to shout it to the world. When you prioritize self-care, you send a clear, unspoken message. I respect myself enough to prioritize my health and happiness. This quiet confidence naturally draws people in, not because you are seeking attention, but because humans are instinctively drawn to vitality, balance, and calm presence. Self-care is not about indulgence or endless pampering. It is about consistently doing the things that keep you grounded, energized, and at peace. The foundation begins with physical well-being. Regular exercise, balanced nutrition, and adequate rest signal discipline and self-respect. You do not need to look like a model, but caring for your body shows others that you are committed to yourself. This alone creates admiration without a word. But self-care is not just physical, it is mental and emotional. Life is stressful, and challenges abound. Those who practice self-care cultivate habits that help them manage stress effectively, whether through meditation, journaling, or simply taking moments to breathe and center themselves. This mental clarity creates a calm, composed presence that others are naturally drawn to. The Stoics emphasized balance and harmony. Seneca once wrote, "A sound mind in a sound body is a short but full description of a happy state." Self-care aligns perfectly with this wisdom. By nurturing your mind and body, you radiate calm control and quiet strength, qualities that make you inherently attractive. Self-care also involves boundaries, knowing when to say no, when to rest, and when to prioritize your own needs over the endless demands of the world is vital. People who respect themselves enough to set healthy boundaries are often more magnetic, not because they are unavailable, but because they demonstrate self-worth. Boundaries protect your energy and create natural respect from others. Ask yourself, am I taking care of myself in a way that reflects my own value? If the answer is no, start small. Make self-care a non-negotiable part of daily life. Get enough. Sleep. Nourish your body. Take moments to breathe deeply. These small, consistent acts compound, creating a life that is balanced, vibrant, and grounded. True self-care is not selfish, it is essential. When you care for yourself, you show up better for others. You have more energy, more patience, and greater clarity in relationships. That quiet sense of balance is deeply attractive. People notice those who exude calm, composure, and vitality, not because they seek attention, but because they cultivate a life that feels inherently good. In the end, the art of self-care is about consistency and presence. By showing up for yourself daily, you build a foundation for a peaceful, resilient, and vibrant life. Practice self-care not for anyone else, but for yourself, and you will notice something remarkable. The world responds to the quiet confidence and inner strength that comes from truly valuing yourself. Habit 10. Emotional intelligence and social awareness. Few traits are as quietly magnetic as emotional intelligence. The ability to understand and navigate your own emotions while perceiving and responding thoughtfully to the emotions of others. Social awareness, the companion to emotional intelligence, allows you to pick up on subtle cues and adapt gracefully in social interactions. Together, they form a cornerstone of silent attractiveness. Emotional intelligence is not manipulation. It is not control. It is about knowing how to read the room, respond to others' emotions, and navigate social interactions with calm and empathy. Imagine being in a tense situation. The emotionally intelligent person does not escalate conflict. They remain composed, observe carefully, and respond with thoughtfulness. This quiet steadiness makes them someone people naturally respect and gravitate toward. People often remember how you made them feel far more than the words you spoke. Emotional intelligence creates a space where others feel seen, heard, and understood. You do not dominate conversations or try to prove a point. Instead, you listen, engage, and respond in ways that foster connection. These subtle actions are powerful. They make you memorable without demanding attention. Social awareness complements this. It is the ability to pick up on unspoken cues, gauge energy, and adapt accordingly. Knowing when to speak, when to listen, when to step forward, and when to step back is invaluable. The Stoics emphasized self-mastery and understanding others. Epictetus taught, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." Social awareness allows you to honor this wisdom in every interaction. Developing emotional intelligence begins with self-awareness. Ask yourself, how do I react in emotionally charged situations? The goal is not suppression, but measured, balanced responses. When you recognize your triggers and manage your emotions effectively, you exude a quiet, stabilizing confidence that others find magnetic. Once self-awareness is developed, cultivate empathy. Truly understand what others feel, even if unspoken. Empathy is not about fixing problems. It is about offering genuine attention, care, and understanding. Small, thoughtful gestures, like a patient ear, a nod, or a reflective response, create lasting impressions. Social awareness also requires mindfulness of your energy. Are you contributing calm or tension? Observe before acting. Note the dynamics at play. By responding instead of reacting, you become someone people naturally trust, respect, and seek out. To cultivate this habit, practice full presence in interactions. Put away distractions. Maintain eye contact. Listen actively. Notice tone, body language, and the subtleties of conversation. These small, mindful practices profoundly impact how others feel around you. Ask yourself, am I creating a positive, grounding presence in my interactions? When approached with this mindset, people naturally gravitate to you, not because you demand attention, but because your presence feels safe, steady, and thoughtful. In a world full of impulsive reactions and ego-driven communication, emotional intelligence is quietly magnetic. Ultimately, emotional intelligence and social awareness are not about perfection. They are about presence, thoughtfulness, and quiet mastery. When cultivated, these traits allow you to navigate life with grace, poise, and unwavering calm. People are drawn not just to what you say, but to who you are. Silent, steady, and emotionally attuned, you leave impressions that linger long after a conversation ends. Habit 11. Consistency and reliability. Few qualities are as quietly, profoundly attractive as consistency and reliability. In a world where overpromising and under-delivering is all too common, being someone others can count on, someone who follows through on commitments and shows up when it truly matters, sets you apart in the most powerful way. Silent attractiveness is not about being flashy or seeking recognition. It is about building trust through steady actions, day after day, without fanfare or announcement. Consistency creates stability in relationships. When people know they can rely on you, whether for advice, support, or simply keeping your word, it fosters quiet respect. Dependability is demonstrated through action, not words. People naturally associate you with someone grounded, steadfast, and reliable. In a world of uncertainty, your steady presence becomes magnetic. Reliability is not perfection. It is showing up even when inconvenient, following through even when unnoticed, and honoring your word in both small and significant ways. In today's world, where many cancel plans last minute or only appear when it benefits them, standing by your commitments is a rare and quietly powerful trait. The Stoics placed strong emphasis on discipline and living according to principles. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Consistency is the embodiment of this wisdom. You do not need to preach your values, you live them, and others will notice. The quiet strength of being dependable creates a form of silent magnetism. People trust you, respect you, and want to be around you because they know you are grounded and unwavering. Consistency also reflects self-respect. When you honor your commitments to yourself, whether through personal goals, maintaining habits, or staying true to your values, you build confidence. That quiet, earned confidence is deeply attractive. It is not forced. It is cultivated over time. To develop this habit, start small. Keep promises, even minor ones. Over time, these small, consistent actions accumulate into a reputation of reliability and trustworthiness. Emotional consistency is equally important. Being steady, calm, and predictable in your interactions makes people feel safe. They trust you will not overreact or vanish when challenges arise. Ask yourself, am I someone people can rely on? If not, begin with daily routines and personal commitments. From there, extend your consistency into relationships. Show up, honor your word, and be present when it matters. Reliability does not demand attention. It earns quiet respect. In a world of fleeting commitments and distractions, consistency and reliability are magnetic. They create a lasting impression, not because you demand recognition, but because your actions speak for themselves. Final reflection: cultivating silent attractiveness. Silent attractiveness is not about grand gestures, dramatic statements, or fleeting impressions. It is about cultivating habits that quietly build respect, admiration, and genuine connection over time. Through this episode, we've explored 11 habits rooted in calm confidence, quiet strength, and authentic presence. Authentic: independence, standing strong without seeking external approval; silent elegance, cultivating grace, poise, and refined energy; subtle sophistication, attention to detail that communicates care and self-respect; being fully present, offering undivided attention and meaningful connection; a touch of mystery, sparking curiosity while staying authentic; cultural wisdom, broadening your perspective to enrich interactions; compassion, connecting through empathy and genuine kindness; laughter and joy, radiating warmth and approachability; self-care, honoring your mind, body, and emotional well-being; emotional intelligence and social awareness, understanding yourself and others to navigate life gracefully; consistency and reliability, building trust and respect through steady, principled action. Each habit adds a layer to your silent magnetism. Together, they create a presence that is calm, composed, and effortlessly attractive. The beauty of these principles is that you do not have to change who you are. They simply invite you to align more fully with your best self. Silent attractiveness is not about seeking attention or perfection. It is about being real, intentional, and fully present. When you cultivate these habits, you do more than enhance how others perceive you. You transform how you perceive yourself. You carry yourself with quiet assurance, grounded in the knowledge that you are enough just as you are. True attractiveness stems from self-respect, intentional living, and inner alignment. You do not need to be the loudest, flashiest, or most visible person in the room. When you live authentically with purpose and quiet confidence, people are naturally drawn to you. Not because you demand it, but because your presence embodies something rare: calm, connection, and genuine depth. As you reflect on these habits, ask yourself, which ones resonate most with you? Which can you begin cultivating today? Remember, transformation is not about overnight changes. It is about small, intentional steps that quietly reshape your presence over time. Thank you for joining us at Stoic Sage Academy. If this episode inspired you, take a moment to reflect on how you can incorporate these habits into your daily life. Stay true to yourself, keep growing, and let your quiet confidence speak louder than words. Until next time, stay grounded, stay intentional, and keep becoming the best version of yourself.